Hello and welcome to another Bodgit and Leggit video. Now, I'm going to record this whole video on my phone, at least I'm going to try. Now, the question is, do we have a callback or is it something different? Now, that's the answer, or that's the question. We have this Civic again, which is blowing the fuse. Now, as you remember last time, it wasn't actually blowing the fuse all the time. We couldn't get it to blow the fuse, and it's always best to recreate the problem. We cleaned all the connections and it's been fine for at least 2 or 3 weeks. Now, it's come back blowing, well, it actually is blowing the fuse now. You'll see I've got one of these fuse relays here, and it's blowing the fuse. So what we're going to do is we're going to see, it's the same fuse that's blowing, but is it our same problem? So as I turn on the lights, I don't know if you can hear the speaker. It's not doing it now. Let's see if the fuse blows. There we go, fuse blow. And that speaker was making some really funny noises when I originally put this in, just to see if it was blowing the fuses. So just press this down again. No, it's not making any more noises, but you can kind of hear when the fuse pops, and when I press it in, that speaker, ready, makes a noise. Now. And it takes a good few seconds to blow this 15 amp fuse. And it is a 15 amp fuse I replaced it with. Interesting. Now you can't see, but it's fuse number 19 under there. The sun is causing me a real problem. And I've checked on all data, and fuse number 19 should be blank, or a spare, and it's just not. So I don't know 100% what it can control, but we do know it controls the spotlights, the front actual spotlights, which are here, and the rear lights, so the rear as you turn the lights on, and the rear number plate lights. That's what it connects, so, or that's what it makes work. So why is it making that speaker? Why is it making that speaker come on and then pop in the fuse? A couple of things come to mind. We could have a problem with the radio, or radios. I don't know which one works. I know these are the Jack ones. I don't think they work. We also could have a problem somewhere in the door, backfeeding somehow maybe. Or what I kind of think is most likely is maybe we have a problem with the fuse box. Hopefully you can see that. Maybe there's a fuse in behind there, a couple of fuses, a couple of wires that have been rubbing together, and that kind of makes the speaker turn on and blow the fuse, because we've maybe got rubbing wires underneath. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open the door and see if anything's different. Actually, what I'm going to do first is put down the passenger's window, and then I'm going to go over there and press the button. Well, actually, press the button now, see if anything changes. Speaker's making a noise. And there we go. Okay, now let's go and open the door. So all I'm going to do is just open the door, press the button again, okay, so we're still popping the fuse. The reason I'm doing this is just trying to isolate problems. So if we open the door and it didn't do it, we know we have a problem with the door. Hopefully there's a plug here. I'm going to disconnect the car, or the door, from the car. Just disconnect that wiring plug there and just try it again. Just isolating the problems. Now, yes, if you do have wiring diagrams and all that, I'm just kind of showing you, there is ways around it without using wiring diagrams to a certain extent, and I do say that to a certain extent. I'm going to do some really quick checks first, and then we might have to break out some sort of wiring diagrams or something, but let's so I'm just going to disconnect that first and let's see what happens. Right, I've just disconnected this, and look what we see. Lovely green crust, apart from my nail that I got caught in a fan, but apart from that, green crust is really, really bad. Interestingly enough, he did say the fuse did pop when we had a really kind of bad rain for a good few hours. So yes, now I've disconnected that, are we still going to have the same problem or what? Let's see. So that's disconnected. Let's just press this in. Well, I think that's our answer, people. Fuse has not blown. There we go. Believe it or not, somehow that is causing our fuse to blow. We must be having some sort of backfeed issue, because this has nothing to do with our circuit that we are actually working on. So there we go. Look how simple that was. No wiring diagrams, no nothing, just a bit of common sense, and we've kind of isolated the problem. Now, is the problem in this connection block, or is it in the door? Or is it only when you plug it in the door, that's when the power comes in, and that's where it's causing us the problems? This is now where it could be quite tricky to find out. Right, so I'm happy because it's not my fault. We obviously had two separate issues on this. When he gave me the car, it was sunny, and it was sunny for, you know, a couple of weeks, so we didn't have this problem. We had the other issue. Now it's kind of raining all the time. We're getting on top of this issue. So, you know, it's one of them things. Popping the same fuse, but two completely separate issues. So I feel better that it's not actually my fault. I will put pictures up, but I will try and get in here. Here we go. I don't know if you can see that. Just look how nasty that is. Yeah, now I've got to speak to the customer and see what he wants me to do, because to repair this properly is kind of a big deal. I'm not going to be able to clean this properly. There's just no way. So yeah, I've got to now see what he wants me to do. What we might do just for the time being is just leave this disconnected, tie the wires back, and just have this door not working for the time being until I know what he wants me to do, because we're going to have to completely strip the door, most probably change the door electrics and change that plug as well, which is kind of a big job. That's the proper way, because to try and clean all that, it's just not going to happen. Not properly anyway. So we'll see what he wants me to do, and I'll let you know. Right, I didn't film the end of this because I wasn't sure what the customer wanted me to do, and he's going to leave it for the minute because the door has been disconnected now for a few weeks and there's not an issue with it, so we know we've got the problem kind of down. He's going to try and look for plugs and wiring, because you can't just go to the local dealer because they're not going to have them in stock. The car's too old, they don't make them anymore. So we need to find the right plugs with enough wires, and we need to kind of solder it all back in. It's going to be kind of a big job, but at the minute it's driving. He just can't use the electric windows and stuff on one side. But the car is fine, so that's it. We found the problem. It's simple, sorted, yeah. So look, hope it helps. Thumbs up, subscribe, the usual. Don't forget, links up here, links down below. But most importantly, don't forget, get your hands dirty. See you for the next one. Sorted.